The international community is doubling efforts to to reviving the installed peace process in Yemen. The intensive meetings that both the United Nations and the U.S. Special Envoys are holding with Yemeni and Saudi officials in Riyadh are in this context. This report has more.
The Houthi militia continue to drag down Yemen due to their inflexibility and insistence on continuing the war against the Yemeni people, strictly in pursuit of Iran's agenda. According to the UN, hundreds of thousands of people have died directly from fighting as well as indirectly, and millions have been displaced. Recently, the US and UN envoys to Yemen began a visit to Riyadh in order to restart the country's stalled peace efforts. Separate meetings were held with the chairman of the Presidential Leadership Council, Dr. Rashad Al-Alimi, with the US envoy Tim Linderking and UN envoy Hans Grunberg. During the meeting, Alimi talked on the most recent events in Yemen, as well as regional and global efforts to restore peace in Yemen amid threats posed by the Iran-backed Houthi militia to global oil routes. Alimi emphasized the Presidential Council's and government's efforts to achieve peace, as well as their positive attitude towards the UN-sponsored nationwide truce, which was in effect from April to October 2022. Unfortunately, the Houthis' rejection to extend the truce led to its collapse. After their rejection to renew the UN-brokered truce, they carried out a number of terrorist assaults on oil and port facilities, which are vital to millions of Yemenis. Over the past years, the Yemeni people experienced extreme suffering like the effects of the war, ongoing economic crisis, and disrupted public services. The conflict in Yemen began in 2014, making everyone extremely vulnerable to death and famine. In addition, the conflict has displaced more than 1 million people and given rise to cholera outbreaks and threats of famine. Due to the ongoing inhumane acts and serious violations committed against millions of Yemenis, their lives have turned into a living nightmare. The Houthi rebels are not only rejecting all peace efforts, but they also threaten to renew fighting on the battlefield. The peace process in Yemen has yet to make any significant progress.